Alright, y'all. So here's our new book. Y'all start reading it, alright?
Guided who?
Alright, so you guys are gonna look through these pictures while I go use the restroom. Hey, boo. Yeah, I'm at work. Oh, no, I'm not doing nothing. The kids just reading their story. Oh, yeah, I'll be there. What I need to wear? And I better not hear a word. I got ears in the back of my head. Great. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh yeah, I bet. I know y'all not talking. Like I care. Y'all can keep talking. Yeah, girl.
No, really, I want to know. Guided who?
So where were we? Y'all read them pictures? You know what I mean. Did you look at the pictures?
So what am I supposed to be doing right now? Guided.
It's guided reading. Guided reading. Guided reading, you guys. All right, everyone just sit down. Sit down. All right, we clearly need some professional development. So today I'm gonna give you guys 5 things that you need to do with your children before you let them read their level text. So let's just sit down and get out our pens and pencils. We have a lot of work to do, people. A lot of work to do. Wait, did I miss something? Hey, fun people! I'm Audra. As a curriculum specialist, today I'm going to give you 5 things that you need to do with your children before reading a level text. The first thing you can do with children before reading a level text is to activate background knowledge. I know, you might be saying, duh, but sometimes we really don't know how to activate background knowledge. You can activate background knowledge with children by asking questions that are related to the topics in the story. So for example, if you're going to read a story about horses, then prior to that book, ask children, have they ever seen a horse? What does a horse look like? What does a horse sound like? This brings me to the second thing you can do in order to activate background knowledge, which is give kids the experience they need in order to relate to the text. So that exact same example about the horse. If you have children that have never seen a horse, then show them a video of a horse. This gives kids the background knowledge and experience they need in order to relate to the characters in the book. How I do this all the time. The second thing you can do with children before reading a level text is to use the pictures in the book. Use the pictures in order to get kids to predict exactly what might happen in the story. My favorite is definitely called the picture walk. Now earlier I simply talked about giving a kid an experience such as watching a video of a horse, but you can even take this an entire step further. If you know that you're about to read If You Take a Mouse to the Movies, then you have to think, has every child actually been to the movies before? Do they know what a movie theater looks like? Can they actually relate to the plot in the story? And you don't have all of those answers answered, then give the kids the experience. So tip number 3 is hands-on experiences. So you can take your kids to a movie, give them popcorn, you can make your classroom into a movie theater, and then read the book. Or if you know you're about to read a book all about slime, then you know what you need to do. Simply put, give kids the experience that they lack. Do not assume that all kids can relate to the plots and the characters in the story. Did you hear that? That was good, huh? Girl. Now the next thing you want to do with children, no matter what age they are, is word work. You guys, even if you teach upper grades, your kids still need vocabulary. Woo! I don't know how many times I have walked in you all's classrooms and you guys did not have vocabulary building activities with the upper grades. It's word work. You want to build up the vocabulary that children need in order to read their level text. Oh, I know this. Yeah, I know this. I do this. So prior to reading a story, go through that story and think about which words could potentially be unknown words to your student. Now, some resources make this really easy for you by giving you a vocabulary list that already has those vocabulary words. Now, with primary grades, sight words are a huge portion of text. So your word work may look a lot like sight word fluency. It does not really take all that. Yes, Minnie, it does. Guided reading really does take all of this in order to do the best practices needed in order to get kids reading. Well, Minnie, yes, it does. Girl. Now, the last thing you can do before getting kids to read a level text is go over phonics. Yes, I know you're like, okay, phonics, reading a book, how do the two relate? This is really important when dealing with primary grades. There may be certain sounds that kids are really struggling with and they need that extra review because you know that they may see that sound in the text they're about to read. Ooh, I like that. Yep, I do that too. So prior to reading that story, you need to look through the book and go ahead and preview if there's any unknown sounds or sounds that you guys are already working on. They ain't do all that when I learned how to read. Now, some resources actually give you a phonics lesson, a quick 3 to 5 minute lesson now, and that is perfectly okay to do right before you read a level text. The important thing here is to make sure that the phonics lesson actually relates to the text that the kids are about to read.
Great, thanks so much. I can't wait to implement these best practices in my small group instruction.
Great, Miss Young. I'm so glad you found this very helpful. And I have something else that you're going to enjoy. Down below in the description, you will see a link to my reading ebook of how to prepare children for success with all 5 pillars of reading. Ooh, download that ebook. Hold up. Did I miss something? Make sure you download that free ebook down below.
Make sure you get the ebook too.
Maybe I should put that on my phone. Now, next week we will talk about what to actually do with children once they start reading these level texts. So make sure you're subscribed. And if you missed how to actually set up your classroom for guided reading, then make sure you check out this video. See you in that video and see you next week.